Greetings, Ark Survivors. This is Nexus from Wyverniacs, and you're watching another Let's Play Ark, the Extinction episode. And it seems that it started with a little fight. A Carno level 110 just ran into my base. So, well, they can come here. I'll just quickly check into the taming pen. Both dinos are here. The Dimetro is fully healed and the Ankylo is pretty much alright. Great. So, for this episode I'm going to continue with obtaining the crystals that I surveyed in the previous episode with Mana. The goal is to build a greenhouse to make sure that I will have a steady supply of vegetables for taming purposes and also food, and berries, mostly the narco berry, to get enough narcotics. It would be really awesome to have a sea here, as the Snidarias are a really great source for the biotoxin, which is a good alternative to the crafted narcotic. But, well, beggars can be choosers, so... Oh, some low-level fellows there. Let's do with what we have. Alright. So I have the Argent and Kilo. Both I'm going to take, so I should make sure that they are prepared. For me, this is not prepared. Right. I guess I can take the rest. The Argent is a carnivore, so no meat anyway. And the Ankylo is empty. That's nice. I still have quite a lot of food for my tames, so that's not a concern. And, well, if I just place this stuff... Oh, not this. And the Titan Boa Venom, that's one of the things that are... Right, another Carno. Well, what I meant to say, it's one of the items that are required for summoning of the Titan. Just like the other things that you can collect from certain predators and other dinos. Okay. Yep. I need to check if the mana is on passive. Yep. That's good because he's the one that's most likely going to get lost in case something crazy happens here. Well, it's time to fly. The bright light is not so nice compared to the night environment here, so I don't know. You can post in the comments if you are experiencing this issue as well. There's some fellow shooting down there. I can see some of the blue crystals that are used to get the green fragmented gem, but well, that's not something I need. So at night this might be a little more difficult to find the exact place that I did last time. But well, let's just see how this goes. Well, this is not very helpful. Alright, so I guess I can move straight to the areas underneath the obelisk. But before I descend down into that madness, I first should probably get some stamina for the Argent. Let's check the time. It's 3:30, so well, still a little bit more time before the sunrise. Don't let that stop us. Right, I'm entering through this sort of a canyon. And I'm pretty sure that there was quite a lot of deposits for the crystals here. I'm seeing metal, but well, if I'm unable to find a decent amount of crystals, I can fill up the weight capacity of the Ankilo or Argent with metal, as that's another resource that I'm going to badly need. Okay. Yep, don't go too close to the ground. And my torch is broken. There's some beetles underneath. And this area looks relatively safe for another stamina recharge. Yet I am still unable to locate any crystals so far. If I had a GPS, I could easily note the coordinates for it. Yeah, the grab ability of most of the flyers do take quite a lot of stamina, so if you miss on the first, well, it's better to just sit down and let it regenerate. Unless the value is quite high. And I'm getting more light, that's good. Let's have a look here. There are some Kentros, bugs, and Alvostars over there. See some Textego, but sadly no crystals. I'm certainly in the right area, but well, with the mana I probably went through different path. Oh, there it is. Let's do this. I should keep both of them on follow. Let's fill up on that crystal. I think I can throw out the stone anyway, as it's not something I need so badly at this moment. And I think another great benefit to having these two creatures together is, although the Ankilo does not have the weight reduction for crystals, the Argent does. So you can carry twice as much. I would call that quite nice. So I'm thinking that this is going to leave quite a lot room for some metal or other goodies. And it's really nice how these creatures sometimes complement each other, making it easier for the player. harvesting some berries along the way. Well, I think that's it. Yep, perhaps I could use that also. Right, and flint, well, it's not taking too much, and also it's quite useful sometimes. I reckon I'm going to need quite a few hundred, if not thousands, of crystals for decent sized greenhouse. Not to mention that there are other structures that require the crystal, so I'm probably going to need even more after that anyway. But well, at this moment I think I should focus on crafting just one thing and getting it done. I hope I haven't missed any so far. Although this area is quite lively with the predators. And I will soon have to go down for some rest. I think this area, it looks quite safe, just some lemon trees and the water bag. Perhaps I can check for more crystals along that wall. Yeah, the vapors over this sort of lake doesn't look very healthy. But well, I didn't see any side effects, so that's cool. Also, the lemon trees are one of the sources for silk, apart from harvesting specific plants. Hey, something happened to my Ankylo. Oh, it's fixed itself now, it's okay. These crystals look slightly larger than the other ones, and some of them actually do require 2 hits to harvest. I reckon that having some kind of cave would also be a good source. But, well, unless I go into the Titans' nests or the caves with the beacons for summoning them, I am unlikely to find many caves here as far as I know. Alright, this area looks a little safer. And I think the Argent is getting close to the weight limit, but also very close to level up. There's almost 300 there, so well, I can increase that to get some extra speed. And probably just throw out anything I don't need, and that's weighting me down. Although, well, there ain't much here really. Well, that I'm not using really very much at all. The seeds, I think I do have some, but well, they are quite easy to come by, and also they do not really weight that much. Perhaps I could have left the narcotics at home if I'm not using them for taming at the moment. But with this speed I think I'm pretty fine. Right, let's get back to the base. Into that direction. Well, I will have to go over this whole area. A lot of geysers I can see. There is a tapejara here. Yeah, nothing seems to be living in this lake. I guess it's filled with some... Oh, I can see fish. So I guess it's not all that toxic, it's just they did not see them at first. A lot of them over there. That could be a nice spot for fishing, which is also quite rewarding activity in this game, as you can, apart from fishes, get also loot. Oh well, it's good to have some kind of a lure. I think it's the leech blood that you can use. For that I'm sure there are some swamps here in the forest, the underground or sunken forest region perhaps. If not, then you can try to find a beehive to get some honey. And the last one I believe is the sap that you can get from certain trees. Let's check my direction. Yep, little correction is necessary. The exploded Death Star is still up there in the sky. And I should not fly too high. Oh, I see more crystals here. So I could remember the position is a little southwest to the sulfur fields, or, well, what should I call it? The area underneath the obelisk, I guess. It doesn't seem too dangerous here. Let's go. And more crystals. Alright, this is quite a good spot. And, well, if I check where my base is, it's quite close to it, actually. Oh, more crystals here. That's a third deposit or area that I've seen so far. I think this cliff is where my base is. Another one here, so, well, I will surely have no shortage of crystals at not so distant future. Well, I will have to settle down for a moment. Always try to look for a high place, something elevated that's away from reach of all the aggressive creatures around, like the scorpions here, even thorny dragons, or at least harder accessible, so you can at least get some energy back. And, well, no, this doesn't seem to be the right one. Here I should go. And I think I see more crystals over there. And up over there. Well, I did quite a large round. And actually there are quite a few of the deposits in very close vicinity. Well, but it's no trouble, as I'm pretty much sure that all this that I was able to find so far, and also anything else that I will be able to find in the next trip, well, it will not be even close to enough. But that's the story of this game. There is no such thing as having too much of something. Here everything seems to be in order, so yeah, there are follows, so I think they're going to be going a little crazy for a moment. I can keep this here. And the seeds, well, I guess I can keep them here for a moment. It doesn't really matter. Yep, I'm pretty much ready for another trip. I'll just quickly place the berries here. I'm tempted to leave anything I don't actually need, but well, as these areas that I'm going to right now are not so far, this is not going to be an issue, I guess. The biggest trouble is going for, well, resource hunting at night. And I have an attacker here. Oh, I better not raise my creatures, but the Ankylo is going to get attacked. I hit the metro by accident. And it's quite aggressive. I could just check the level of it. If I can find it. 75. Well, that's not too bad. But I hope that he will come to... Well, no. He will die. Well, at least I get some meat. And here I should not be afraid to also get the medal. Yep, that's the fragmented green gem. It can be used as a replacement for the green gem from Aberration. And it's used to craft the glow stick. But I believe to learn that I would probably have to go to the Aberration map. So if I uncheck the Aberration, yeah, I need to learn it. Well, that's actually not that hard. All you need to do is just upload your character, as I have did in one of the previous episodes, if you remember. Well, I don't need it now, and there's pretty much plenty of it here. It's not something I need to bother with. The medal is best kept in the Ankylo for the huge reduction in weight. Oh, there was a friendly fellow walking over. Thank God he did not attack. The only trouble about the aberration is getting back, as there are no obelisks there that you can go to upload yourself. And I believe, unless you have the tech transmitter unlocked, which means fighting the bosses in probably other maps, as I'm not sure how is it on this one. Then the only way to get back is through the area where the Reapers are. And I'm pretty much sure that there is at least one in the close vicinity of it. Well, if you do not die by the radiation, these creatures are surely to take you out. So, well, it's not that simple to just go and grab it. It's something else if you have some presence already established there. I think the general idea is to play through each of the maps and upload the survivor. So starting with the island and going to the next ones. Well, that's something that we also have considered in the Wyverniacs, and well, we might do just that in the future. I'm sure I have left at least one deposit. Yeah, I can see it over there, and the other one is over that hill, so I can get back there in a moment. Oh, this great visibility allows me to see it also over there. So, well, unless you know where you're going and you want to go exactly to that spot, it's best if you just don't go on harvesting runs at night. Well, I guess unless you're playing on the scorched earth, that could probably be useful. No, I guess I'm going to feed it to my dinos. Yeah, I can make it. Let's check. Have I learned the greenhouse? Nope. Not really much of it, just the walls. So I'm definitely going to need the ceilings. I think I'm going to go with the double door. And like this. Alright, As for the sides and roof, but I also like a little more shape to it, so I'm going to take the sloped roof, and also I'm going to need the, where is it? I think it's these ones. The windows, I think that's pretty useless, as you do not have window frames for the greenhouse structure. It's probably for use just to have windows that can be closed but still have a visibility through them. And here's some more stuff. It would be really awesome to have a wyvern here. That's something I probably repeat over and over, but it's true. Yeah, I could probably get some wood there, and oh, I do not have wood. I guess a bit of that will also work. And I get some metal. Well, before I start, I guess I can just check the greenhouse requirements. Yeah, definitely going to need cementing paste and metal. The cementing paste I do have, I can craft it, but also it would be probably easier to just take the Argent or another flyer, as it's quite light, and just fly over to the sanctuary, where there are many areas where you can find the beaver dams. I think I've already been on a harvesting trip for the cementing paste in one of the episodes, well, but it's a resource that you are going to need at large quantity. So in the meantime, I guess I can just go and get a little more crystal. And well, if not in this episode, then in the next one I hope to start with establishing the greenhouse, to have at least some of the some of the plants already planted. Right, I don't like the fellow so close. I hope he will move into different direction. Yep, seems that he's going for now. Alright, I want these crystals, not just these rocks. Just 2 more hits, I believe. Let's move to the other one. Ah, there we have 2 Carnos over there. That little bit complicates this, but I guess I can level 5 and level 10, I guess. They're not that high. I guess I can lead them off the cliff. I believe they are just so blinded by the prospect of eating that they are going to jump down no matter what. And down here, something tells me that they might not be able to get back up. So at least one of them lost interest, and I believe we pretty much can handle one if they get back here. I believe the Ankilo alone would be able to take them both, but well, when you start fighting, you might run into more troubles than you first expected. Although this area seems quite safe. Still, he does seem to entertain himself somewhere else. And I'm overburdened. Guess I can draw the rock again. And I think there was another deposit somewhere up into this direction. And if this is not the one, then, well, I will probably find more. The turn radius on the Ankelo is quite bad if you turn just with the keys. Alright, and the last one. That's 2 in 1 actually. $370, and with the Ankelo I think I'm going to reach the limit soon. So it's better to head back before I get slowed too much. As then it would probably take insanely long time to get back. There are more crystals in the area. I think I'm going to stop with that for the moment. Considering how much metal is also necessary for the greenhouse, I guess the next resource that I will have to focus on at the moment will be the metal. But well, that's what this game is about. If you want to achieve something, you have to work for it. Yep, and we drop down like a sack of rocks. And depleting the stamina this way, all the way to the 0, also gives you a debuff for a moment where you don't regenerate at all. That's a dangerous thing when you are over enemy territory. I guess I can fly in again. Let's see. Well, I have about 1800 of crystals. Considering this needs about 35 for the ceiling. Well, this is probably not going to be enough for something like 5 by 4. Well, I'm getting there, so let's start with what I have and see where it takes us. Perhaps the necessary amounts will not be so high in the end. And well, metal that's about 50, that's well far from what I need. On the other hand, the Ankylo does have quite a nice weight reduction for that, so I guess I can go and look for some metal. The greatest fun, I guess, will be the cementing paste, where I will be flying all around the sanctuary and stealing the cementing paste from the beavers. Well, I guess I can get some more crystals if I see any. But the main goal will be to get metal. Considering the level of realism in this game, well, as much as realistic as you can get when having a game about dinosaurs, I guess, it would be nice to get the sleep option. Like, well, I don't want to compare it with the another game where you, well, harvest and get animals and do other things, while it's also made of blocks. Well, I'm sure you know what I mean. But you could just sleep through the time. That would probably work only in the single player, or employ a similar mechanic where all the players would have to be sleeping at the same time in order for it to work. And even then it would probably, if determined by the player, I mean the length of the sleep, well, it would be a little difficult to do that. So, well, not that I want to make this game even more difficult than it is, but well, sometimes I guess all of us could do with a bit of, alright, I need to help over there. Let's see how good they are. Probably not very high levels. Nope. Alright, yeah. That's always the case, that when you have some resource you want to harvest in the middle of other things that you don't really want, it's the last thing that they are going to get. It's like it's impossible to tell them that, well, this resource is what I want you to harvest only that. I'm not sure if it's possible to implement that without breaking the gameplay of having a certain degree of autonomy for some of the creatures. I think I saw more crystals somewhere in the close area. And although that's not what I'm going after, it's something that I could probably take advantage of. think I saw metal in the direction closer to the obelisk. Yep, here's some more crystal. So we'll have at it. Right, are you ready? They always have their little moment when you give them a level up. And I think I'm getting really close to the point where I will be slowed down too much, and even taking metal, which I have finally found, I believe. Yep, it's metal. I will be unable to harvest it. I guess on the next stop I need to drop something, as this is way too slow. And well, as I am nearing the time for this episode, I will have to leave the metal harvesting for later. But well, at least you have seen how to do this efficiently. It's best to go during the daytime, where you have much better visibility. Yeah, I don't need that. But also the areas where you are surely to find some, and that's around the obelisk and, well, close to the edges of that sort of a canyon underneath the obelisk. Alright. Also, taming these two will be something I want to do sometimes soon. Let's just move this stuff over and... Alright, this place isn't good enough for you. Oh, you want to follow your buddy. Well, that's something that happens quite a lot when you're writing something and using the whistle commands, and I did something stupid. Yep, I called all of them. Well, it's no trouble, I guess. Stay. Great. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it for this episode. So, hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoy playing it. Well, you can leave us a comment or give a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more videos from Wyverniacs. Thank you for watching, and see you next time!